Hello everyone! I hope you're all doing well today. Today I'm bringing you this super pretty glittery eye makeup look, and if you want to see how I got it, then please keep watching. So to start this video, I'm starting off with a clean face with just some moisturizer on it, and then I'm going in with my Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer. I love this primer for full coverage looks like this. It just makes your skin look super flawless and really smooth. And as you can see, whenever I'm applying this primer, I'm not wiping it all around the face. I'm going in little sections and really taking my time with this. Then I'm going in with this Mercier Candleglow Soft Luminance Foundation, and I'm just applying this with my beauty blender. And I love this foundation. It's super glowy and pretty, but it's not like super low coverage. It's like medium coverage. You can build it up to full coverage, but it is really, really glowy, and it just makes the skin look super luminous and beautiful and healthy. This is one of my favorite foundations to get that nice, healthy, natural glow that everyone is going for. When you're doing your foundation, especially if your foundation is darker than your actual face, like mine is, always make sure to blend your foundation back into the hairline and then around the jawline and down the neck, just to make sure you don't have any harsh foundation lines and no one can sit there and look at your face and tell where your makeup ends and your skin begins. Now I'm going in with this little Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream. I just got this little sample pack in the mail, so I decided to use it today. I am using the darkest shade to go underneath the cheekbones just to contour, and then I'm also going to take that and go around the forehead and down the sides of the nose. And then I took that medium concealer and I just put it right above where that cream contour was, just to give that area a little bit more coverage because I am a little bit red in that area of my cheek. And then I'm taking the lightest concealer and I'm going to go ahead and put that underneath the eyes, on the chin, cupid's bow, nose, and forehead, just to highlight all of those areas. Then I'm switching to this little Real Techniques Miracle Eraser Sponge. I'm using a mini one, and this took a really long time to blend all these cream products into my skin, but I just love using this little itty bitty sponge like this. I just feel like I can be really precise with it, and whenever I'm blending everything in, nothing gets messy and everything kind of stays where it's supposed to go. It takes a longer time, like it's a longer process, but the result in the end is a lot better than if I would just went in with a brush or my big beauty blender and did this. So I am just keeping my beauty blender, or my Miracle Eraser, to one side while I'm doing the cream contour, just so that we don't mix the contour and the highlighting shades together. And as you can see, I'm just blending the cream contour back into the hairline and then upwards to make the cheekbones look more lifted. And then with the forehead contour, I just blend this back into the hairline just to make sure we have no harsh lines and there's a little bit more color added to my face. And then I will flip my beauty blender around, and then I'm going to go ahead and start blending in those two lighter shades. And then I really liked this concealer, but it just didn't give me enough coverage underneath my eyes. So I went in with this LA Girl Pro Concealer. And this is in the shade Porcelain. So I just took this concealer and I went underneath the eyes just to conceal my dark circles a little bit better. And then I also took this and went right underneath the cheekbones where we just put that cream contour just to clean up any of those areas that got just a little bit messy and just to make sure that our contour is nice and sharp. And then I'm just switching it back to my big beauty blender just to blend all of that out. And once I get all that concealer blended out, I am going in with that little Miracle Eraser Sponge again. But this time I just dipped it into my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Translucent, or Loose Finishing Powder. And I am just setting all of the places that we highlighted the face. As you can see, I'm putting one layer down and really pressing it down into the skin just to make sure everything is set down. And then I will go in with the second layer of powder and just kind of leave that on top of the skin. Number one, so it can bake, and number two, because we are wearing a glitter eyeshadow today and I don't want any of the fallout to get on the face. So having a lot of powder underneath the eyes will just catch that fallout. And like I said, I am taking this powder and going in every single place that we highlighted on the face. I'm going down the sides of the nose and on the bridge of the nose to make my nose contour stand out a little bit better. And I'm going down in the chin, on the cupid's bow, and on the forehead with this powder as well. So once we get our face baking, I'm going to move on to the eyes. I'm going with this full exposure palette from Smashbox. And I'm going with this really nice transition shade called M2. And I'm taking that on my Ecotools angled crease brush. And I am just going to begin to work this into my transition area. As you can see, I am not being light-handed with this shade. I really want to get this color down and get some pigmentation in the crease area just so that everything has something to blend out into. And I love this color because it's not too warm, it's not too cool. It's a very neutral toned transition shade. And then once I get this product into the transition area, the less product I get on my brush, I do go ahead and blend it up into the skin just to make everything look a little bit more seamless. Now I'm going in with the shade M1, this really nice and neutral darker brown shade. And I'm switching to a smaller brush for this. I cannot remember the name of this brush, but it will be listed in the description box below. All of the products that I use, the shade names, all of the brushes will all be in the description box. If I don't know any, or if I forget to say them or anything like that, they will be listed and linked below so they're easier to find. So I am just taking this darker brown shade and I'm going directly into the crease with this, and I'm just creating kind of like a line, and I am blending it up just a little bit with this little brush, but this brush isn't the best to blend shadows like this out, so I'm kind of just applying the shadow with this brush and then blending it up a teensy little bit, and then I'm going to go back in with that angled brush. And I'm going to take some more of that first shade that we used, and I'm just going to really start blending at that dark brown. I want this to be super seamless and super blended out, so I am taking quite a long time blending that darker shade out just because I did not want this to look like a cut crease. I didn't want it to look too harsh or anything. I wanted this to be very blown out, and the focus to be on the glitter. And now I'm just taking some more powder and putting it right against the outer corner of the shadow just to clean up that area a little bit, and once again throw down some more powder so that we catch all of our fallout. So for our base lid shade, I'm going in with the shade M4. It's just this really pretty matte white shade. And I am just taking this and putting it all over the lid. I'm not being too precise or anything because we are going to go over with the glitter. And now for the glitter, I'm going in with this beautiful little pigment from NYX. And once again, I can't remember the name of it, but I will link it below. I'm going in with this pigment and the NYX Glitter Glue. And this pigment is super weird because in the little container, it looks white. And I thought it was going to be white. But whenever I put it on my eyes, it turned out to be this like gold, orangish yellow shade. But then whenever I was looking like in different lights, it kind of like changed colors with the lighting. And I thought that that was really, really cool and really intriguing. I had no idea that this glitter was going to do that. Like, as you can see, it just has little flecks of different colors in it, but in the actual container, it looks white. So the way that I'm applying this is I am just taking the glitter glue and putting it down on the lid first, and then I'm just going right over top with the glitter. Not too big of a deal, not too hard or anything. And my left eye did get like cut out because I was out of the frame, but this is the finished look. Now I'm moving on to the lower lash line. I'm going back in with that dark brown shade, the M1 shade, and I'm going in on this itty bitty little Ecotools brush, and I am just running this right against the lower lash line. Just a little bit though. I don't want this look to be super catty, but I did want a little more like angleness. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I wanted a little bit more sharpness to my eye makeup. I think that's where I was going. And I am also taking this and running it all the way to the outer corner of the eyes, just so that my lower lash line and the outer corner of the eyes really connects, and it gives my eyes a little bit more shape and just a little bit more of a cat-like feel. So once I get that brown applied, I'm just going back in with that angled crease brush with some more of that first shade, and I'm just blending away at that line. Next, I'm going in with this Milani Even Touch Powder Foundation, and I'm going in with this Ecotools Precision Blush Brush. And I am just putting this down on all of the places where we put that cream contour. As you can see, the cream contour really did help to set a base down for this powder, and I love using face powders for bronzers. They just blend so much better and they look a lot better on the skin, in my opinion. So, like I said, I'm just going over all of the places where we put that cream contour just to set that down into place. Then I will go in with my Ecotools full powder brush just to make sure there are no harsh lines or anything. I'm just going around and wiping this brush all over the face just to blend everything together. Then I'm going in with this Makeup Revolution blush palette, and I'm literally taking all of the blushes from the palette, and I am just working them onto the cheeks. I am beginning by putting these 4 shades on the backs of the cheekbones. Then I will just take those first 2 shades and that pink highlighting shade and put those on the apples of the cheeks. I am not putting the 2 really pinky shades on the apples, just the 2 lighter shades plus the highlighter, just to give me a little bit of a glow. Then I'm going in with this Makeup Revolution highlighting palette. I'm taking this really yellow gold shade, and I'm going to go ahead and put this on all the high points of my face. And this highlighter was super pretty, but it just did not give me a gold feel. Like, whenever I swatched it, it was really gold, and in the pan it looks really gold, but on my skin, it just wasn't giving me the look that I was going for. So I decided to go over with that really nice pinky kind of rose gold shade from that same palette. And I just went over with that just to give it a little bit of something something. And then I was still not satisfied, so I went in with that blush palette and this really, really gold highlight from this palette, and this is the color that did it for me. Once I put this on, I knew I was about to be done with my makeup because this highlight was beautiful, you guys. I was not expecting it, but it looks so good. So 3 highlights later, and this is how glowing I am. I am perfectly fine with it. So once I get all that put on, I am going in with that little itty bitty sponge again, and then I'm taking some more of my translucent powder, and I'm just going to clean up right underneath the contour just to sharpen it up. And then I did go off camera and do my eyebrows super quick. I will leave everything in the description box as to what I used. So now I'm going in with this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Milk, and I'm just going to go ahead and line the waterline with this. This just opens the eyes up really, really well, and it's just a lot less harsh than a black liner. And now I'm going right back in with that same highlight that we used on the face, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply this underneath the brows with this itty bitty little brush, and then I'm going to go ahead and take some of my finger and put it in the inner corner of the eye just to highlight that area as well. And now I'm going in with my e.l.f. Clear Lash and Brow Mascara. And I'm just brushing my eyebrows up to make them look more full. You guys know the drill. And then I will go back in and just wipe away the excess baking powder. And as you can see, I just have a nice, sharp, clean contour line. And then I went off camera and applied my lashes. I believe that these are the Demi Wispies, but I just like found them in my drawer and they didn't have a name on them or like the packaging or anything, so I believe they're the Ardell Demi Wispies, but if I find out, I will link them below. And I did just take a little bit of black shadow and smudge it into the lash line just to make the lashes blend with my natural lashes a little bit better. And then I'm taking this NYX red lip liner, and I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips with this. Then I'm taking this NYX Liquid Suede lipstick, and this is just a super pretty, like a bright red. And I'm going to go ahead and put that all over the lips. This lipstick does have a little bit more of an orangey tone though, which is why I'm going in with this Buxom lip gloss, which has like a reddish pink kind of tone to it, just to tone down that orangish shade. It did go pretty well with the eyes, but I just wanted the lips to be kind of more neutral, not as orange and not as pink, so that's why I used these two. And then that is the finished look, everyone. I really hope that you guys enjoyed my video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, leave me a nice comment, and turn on your notification bells. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, everyone.